Welcome back, social media scroll monkeys. And I am here to attempt some humor and bring some awareness to the power of suggestion. And I'm going to use my driving to Maine as my example. And I'm sure plenty of you have had this experience on the highway, which I am about to describe. Because I did a little informal poll in real life. And yeah, I'm not the only one. So, here goes. You ever been driving on the highway in the right lane, minding your own business, and the car in front of you, you just want to pass them? They're not going as fast as you want to go, so you get into the left lane and you go to pass them. So say, let's put a number on it. Let's say you're going 70. The car in front of you is going 70 and you want to go 75, you want to go 80. Okay? So you get into the left lane and you go to pass. And all of a sudden, you're like, you look down, you're doing 90, and the person is still next to you. They're doing 90. They've sped up to make it more difficult for you to pass. Now, this is not every person, obviously, that you try to pass, but there's this part of the population that I could throw a lot of theories at. Like, they're really lonely and looking for connection in any way they can get it. Because, they're always on the internet getting pseudo connection. But the real connection, there's a person like 10 feet from me. Right? Monkey see, monkey do. Now, if you don't come along, this is why I talk about the power of suggestion, and I'll get even more detailed into my highway antics. But, like, they're just doing 70 until you come along, and then all of a sudden you're going faster, and they're like, huh, seems like a good idea. Maybe I'll go faster. Like, who knows if they're deliberately doing it, if they consciously, there's a spectrum, I'm sure. But anyway, so me being the person that I am, now when I'm gonna get past, and I don't drive fast. So if I'm on the highway and the speed limit is 65, I'm probably doing 70 or 75. And, for a lot of people, that's not fast enough. So I get passed often. And what I've started to do is when I see the person behind me go to pass, I take my foot off the gas. And I drive a standard, so when I take my foot off the gas, the truck slows down. Pretty fast. Slows down fast. The truck slows down immediately. And, I give people an easier pass me. I do the. But wouldn't you know what some people do? Can you guess? Can you guess what some people do when they go to pass me and I slow down? Wouldn't you know? Some people slow down too. So let's go back to 70. I'm going 70. They're going to go past me. So now I take my foot off the gas. Now I'm going 65, 60, 55, 50, 45, 40. And I look over. Motherfucker's doing 4. So, because, I've suggested it, or did you want to get a look at me? No, I'm not going to be vain, okay? So I said this to my friend, right? And she's like, well, whenever I see someone slowing down, I wonder, like, if they see something up ahead that we should slow down for. Maybe that's it, Don. And I'm like, okay, I guess that's possible. But I think this it's still a it's no different than when you go to pass someone and they speed up. I think it's the same effect, the same power of suggestion of another human behaving in a way different than what you're doing, and it possibly looking like a better option. I just had to share this because, I'm sure a lot of you have experienced the first part that I described where someone speeds up as you're trying to pass them. Uh, if you'd like to help me out, can you go try to do the way I did it and see if, maybe it's just me. I don't know. I try to make change in ways that are going to work. So this reminds me of a story when, I was going into a part of my college where it was like a study room where there's signs everywhere. This is a study room. Be quiet. No talking. No nothing. No food. No nothing. Excuse me. And so I'm there early in the morning because I used to go there early in the morning and print stuff out. And it's dead quiet. And this other student walks in next to me, sits down right next to me, has the loudest pair of ear buds. Okay, so it's not containing the sound, it's out. And is jamming very loudly. The music I can hear everything. And I'm trying to concentrate, and I look and I'm like, I see all the quiet signs everywhere, and I'm doing all the math in my head, all the social engineering, and I say, this person isn't going to respond to politeness because obviously I don't give a about being polite or following signs or decorum or being considerate or being social. So I says to myself, it's not like I can be like, hey, could you turn that down? They're going to be like, pfft. And then what am I going to have to do? Go tell an authority? That's not how I roll. Okay? So I'm racking my brain how do I solve this problem? And then it hits me. It hits me with the same beat as the fucking music. And I start jamming to the beat of the music as it's going right in my seat. And the other dude is right there. And I'm jamming and I'm looking at him and I'm flying. Bam, bam. And wouldn't you know, about 30 seconds, maybe a minute of that. And the music goes off. And the room goes back to quiet.